Back by popular demand, we got Harvey Williams here. We're going to be reading some mean comments today. We're going to talk about some other stuff that people have been asking about. Are you sure you're ready for this, man?
Yeah, man. Shit. You know where I'm from?
Hempstead,
Texas.
Watermelon Town, is that what they call it?
Exactly. Watermelon capital of the world.
That's what we know. Capital of the world?
Of the world, bro.
You picked watermelons, huh?
Yeah. My whole life. Lived, hay, and I'm from a country town. I'm a country boy, so yeah.
At any moment, you start crying with any of these comments,
bro,
feel free to stop reading.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
All right, gotcha. Let's go. Okay, Harvey Williams is from my hometown. Watched him growing up in Hempstead, Texas. That's not too bad.
That's not too mean. I'm just trying to butter you up because it's about to get pretty bad.
Okay, here. Harvey was a stud, great team player in high school, high football IQ. Okay. I hope we see Harvey at a Raider game. He was a great Raider. I'm going to a Raider game this year.
Okay.
Probably in a couple of weeks. We're going next week, but later on in the season, we're going to try to get that game. Okay.
All right. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Who is this guy? I thought it was Brian Dawkins without makeup. Now, that's Brian Dawkins. That's a good one. Who is this guy? Wow. Matter of fact, I think I saw that comment right there. Yeah, that was a good one. You know what? That one made me laugh, bro. It really did. That was funny. That was a good one. This guy's a clown, and anyone giving him airtime is also a clown.
That's on me too, man.
Bro, you know what? For somebody to call somebody else a clown that played and announced in the football league, I did this for a living, bro. That's crazy to me. But we're gonna address all that. I'm gonna get finished with all that.
They put an emoji too, like a clown.
It was a clown. Probably some clown that was probably born about 15 minutes ago.
Maybe
so. So much hate from the guy who played running back so great, he was moved to tight end. The reason why I was moved to tight end was all our tight ends got hurt, and we had a rookie tight end come in. What was his name? Douglas. Forgot what his name was. I'm drawing a blank right now because this question is funny. But Al paid me a lot of money a year to experiment and do that. And at the end of the season, I end up playing back, tailback, fullback, put me at slot, wide receiver. So that's what happened.
That's the game. A bunch of guys got hurt and they put you back at.
Yeah, that was
backfield. You could score 4 touchdowns.
That was 4 touchdowns in that game right there. So the guy must be pretty talented to get moved to tight end and fullback and wide receiver and all them things.
Okay,
man. That's funny,
man.
bro.
I like that one.
Yeah. Who is this guy once again? And probably another guy that was just born. And why do they keep interviewing him?
It was one interview, bro.
Bro, I haven't said anything since I retired. My last year was 1998. I've been chilling and doing my thing, living my life. And
it's 24 years, man.
Yeah, that's a long time, man. I didn't know I was doing ESPN. I was just, doing something that we're having fun doing. Emmitt Smith never impressed Harvey. Big deal. Harvey never impressed anyone. I think this is my thing on the whole Emmitt Smith thing, man. I got a lot of love for Emmitt Smith, bro. My thing was, it wasn't bragging on Emmitt. I've never dogged Emmitt. My thing was, I wasn't impressed because to me, Emmitt didn't look like he was running that fast. Emmitt Smith is very deceiving. So that's when I say I'm not impressed, I'm talking about speed-wise and a skill set. Not saying that he's not great. And I would never, try to bag on another NFL football player, man. That's one thing I would never do. But all running backs, we all think we're horses anyway.
Sure. And
we think we're the best things, since sliced bread. So if you don't have that attitude,
you're gonna get hurt.
You're gonna get hurt, or you're gonna be sitting on the bench.
Or you won't play. Or you won't play.
You're not gonna play. All NFL athletes are cocky and confident, not arrogant. I've hung out with Emmitt when I was at LSU. We had a media day, and we flew to Florida, hanging out with Emmitt. Ended up going to Emmitt's house. His mother ended up cooking for us. Met his family, met his dad. When we got in the league, I went to it was called the running back challenge. And they had the running back challenge and the NFL fastest man at the same time. And it was me, Thurman Thomas, Emmitt, Marshall Faulk was there, Herschel Walker. Yeah, I ended up racing Herschel Walker, ended up beating him. And it was on TV. I ended up pulling it because we had training camp like 3 days before that. And I ended up going and ended up pulling my hamstring. I think Curtis Martin ended up winning the whole thing. And I ended up pulling my hamstring. I couldn't finish. But after the thing was over, we went and hung out with Emmitt Smith, my family, my mom and my dad. We was at his house. And, beautiful family. So I know Emmett, man. So for people to sit here and think that I'm hating on Emmitt Smith, I love Emmett, bro.
Statistically, undoubtedly greatest of all time. Statistically.
Yeah.
11 straight years, 1,000 yards. But a lot of people were saying he didn't have that O-line for 11 years. He had that O-line for 3, 4, 5 years. People were saying, how do we know Emmett didn't make the line what it was? There was a bunch of other running backs who used that same line and did nothing. Emmett held out. They went 0 for 2, 0 for 3. Right. He comes back. The line is good again. So I
mean, it all goes hand in hand, man. I mean, they need each other. But like I said, Emmett is like I said, for people to think that I'll be hating on Emmitt Smith, I was talking about if I had opportunity to run behind that line. Eric Dickerson would tell you the same thing. If I had opportunity to run behind that same line that he ran behind, I mean, it would be nice to fantasize. Everybody would like to run behind that offensive line. They had to see what you actually would do running behind that line. And take Emmett out of that lineup and put him on Detroit's team or put him in any other team and see how it would do. That would be interesting to see if that you could actually really do that.
Sanders on that Cowboys O-line, 30,000 yards?
I ain't going to say 30,000. I'd say 25, 26.
That's because he retired early.
And the thing is, his size helped him because, when the offensive line raises up, you don't even see him. And then if he gets to the second level, man, it's over with, bro. So, that's what I was talking about, when I was talking about that.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. Harvey has a long neck who always went down on the first tackle. Man, like.
What's with the neck, man?
Bro, I wore little shoulder pads. Everybody in my family got long necks, man. And, my wife think my neck is sexy, so.
That's all that matters, right?
All that matters, bro. So as long as she ain't complaining, man, I'm good with that one. I didn't know Paul Mooney played football because of the thing that I had on. I don't. the hat you were wearing. My thing. That was a headband. I don't think I look like Paul.
I think he passed already.
Yeah, Paul Mooney just died probably about a year ago.
Yeah, a year ago.
One of the greats.
But he didn't play football.
No, he didn't play football. You would think he was great by the way he's talking.
You have to talk like that, right?
Man, I didn't know I was being reckless when I was talking. I'm just confident about my abilities, and I'm talking about myself.
You'd get more hate if you didn't speak confidently.
Well, I mean, just that's the way all running backs have to be, man. I've always been that way. I was this way since I was 9 years old. I mean, when you hear about Kobe Bryant talking about the Mamba mentality, that's exactly what he's talking about. When you talk about Michael Jordan, have that, he's an assassin and killer. You got to be that way. You have to be confident to be successful as those guys was. And I felt like, I was, I thought I was pretty good. So I had to talk about it. Harvey faked a neck injury after fumbling so he wouldn't get yelled at by Marty Schottenheimer. I faked a neck injury, like, bro. I mean, that's football.
Is that when you got airlifted?
Yeah, that's when I got knocked out and
you're a great actor.
Out cold, and didn't want to get yelled out by the coach. So I faked a neck injury. I mean,
you got airlifted to the hospital, overnight stay, and everything. That's great acting.
That's crazy. But that shows me you got these. Once again, you got these kids that don't know what they're talking about, and with all this, all this rhetoric right here, bro. Captain fumble. I wasn't a fumbler. That's funny.
They might have been talking about Eric Dickerson.
Yeah, because I didn't fumble that much. Why does this trash running back keep popping up on my feed? Like, that makes no sense to me. Like, I didn't know. I just got on Instagram about a month ago, and just messing around. So I didn't know it was popping up on your feed, whatever your name is. Yeah. But I appreciate it, though. I appreciate the hate. Says he ran 4.28, but nobody but his mama knows who he is.
Man, that's deep. That is deep.
Check this out. I'm gonna say it again, man. You know what I've been doing since 1998, since I retired?
Staying in shape?
Staying in shape, nothing, bro.
You look like you're ready, man.
Yeah, I mean, I can still run a little bit, but like I said, man, I'm, 4.28. You asked me what my fastest 4.28 time was. Told you what it was. That was my fastest 4.28. I've run a bunch of 4.29s. I ran track at LSU. I ran 4.3 in high school. So, he thinks the 95 Raiders had the best O-line because that's the only year this scrub had over 1,000 yards. That 95 O-line that we had before everybody started getting hurt, from Mosbar went blind to Perry broke his arm. We had a lot of guys that got hurt on the right side. Our 1995 O-line was just as good as the Cowboys O-line. We scrimmaged against them in training camp, and we was beating them up, and then we played them, later on in the year, and they ended up kicking our asses. But like I said, we had a pretty good line. But Emmy had the best line in history. My hat's off to him, bro. For real. Yeah.
What you got there?
When I watched Harvey, I also made the doo-doo face. Like he's trying to cap back on what I was talking about.
About Callahan?
Yeah, about Callahan. Wow. Riddle me this, Raiders. Had the best O-line guy with the best hands and they running back with 4.28 and still missed the playoff.
That's hard, man.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what to say about
Somebody's
that
still
one.
hurt from 25 years ago. That's what that comment is.
And I saw this one right here. Who is this? I thought it was Thurman Thomas. Really good friends with Thurman, bro. So yeah, man. So it is what it is, man.
All right, is that good?
I'm good, bro. I come from Hempstead, Texas, man. So I mean, I've been getting hated on since I was 12 years old. So it's all good.
Ain't nothing new to you, huh?
No.
All right.
It's all good.
You want to put these away or?
Yeah, you can leave them here.
You want to frame them?
Yeah, we'll frame them.
All right.
Yeah.
Last time we spoke, you said your favorite running back. Maybe it was a little biased. I'm going to ask you one more time because I also said who your favorite was. I know your favorite's Eric Dickerson.
Right.
But the greatest running back of all time. You still going with Eric Dickerson? I'm a double down? I'm
going to double down on a triple down on Eric Dickerson, man. He checks all the boxes for me. I know Jim Brown was great. I know Walter Payton was great. But to me, ED was the best of the best.
And we're not talking just statistically, right? We're talking about running style.
Running style, everything. The way he ran the ball, his size, his speed. Eric could catch the ball out of the backfield. And he just, like I said, between him, Marcus Allen, and Tony Dorsett, those was the guys that I tried to emulate. Those are the guys who I want to be. Yeah.
Jerome Bettis, Curtis Martin, more yards than Eric Dickerson.
Okay.
Does that not matter to you?
No, I'm still going ED.
Marcus Allen, John Riggins, Sean Alexander, more touchdowns.
Eric Dickerson.
Edgerrin James, Frank Gore, more rushing attempts.
Eric Dickerson. The reason why I say Eric Dickerson, a lot of people forgot, Tony, that Eric Dickerson was in Los Angeles, bro, and they didn't want to pay him. He ended up going to the Colts. If Eric Dickerson stays on with the Rams, I mean, it's no telling what he would have ran for if you really think about it. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going with ED all day.
Let's build the greatest offensive team of all time. Whether you played with him or not. Before you, after you, current players, whatever.
So in history. Okay.
They're going to go undefeated, 25-point favorite, healthy the entire year. No one's going to stop. Let's start with quarterback.
Brady.
Undoubtedly.
Brady. Great. Played with Montana. Watched Montana when I was a kid. What Brady is doing, what he's been doing, what he's done in the past. Brady is the GOAT. He's going to always be the GOAT. We'll be talking about Brady 200 years from now.
Okay.
Yeah.
O-line.
Ooh.
There's only two options, really. It's either the Cowboys in the 90s or the Raiders in the 70s. Unless you got a third.
No, you're talking about the whole unit?
Just the O-line. Just the O-line together.
Cowboys. Yeah, they did a documentary on the Great Wall of Dallas. You ever see that documentary? Yeah. And I played with Kevin Golden, man. And Kevin Golden was just one of them. And he wasn't even really, one of the tops on that offensive line. But he started on that line. And it was just, they were incredible, man.
As a defense, how do you game plan for the Cowboys O-line, man?
Nothing. Put another 11 out there. That's the only way you're going to be able to do that. Man, the way they was blowing people off the line.
All right. Running back?
I'm going to pick. It's got to be ED, man.
ED with the Cowboys O-line?
Oh, yes, sir. Yes. Oof.
You don't want to put Barry there?
I'm not going to I can't put Barry. We talking about we going to go undefeated.
Undefeated. All time.
I'm going with Eric Dickerson.
Eric Dickerson with the Cowboys O-line.
Or can I get a number two? Can I get number two?
Back up.
Terrell Davis backing Eric Dickerson up.
Wow.
I rest my case. Boss Hogg was no joke, bro.
Wow.
I mean, he's the only person that I've ever seen that I had to get up and watch him work. Terrell Davis was a beast, man.
Over Marshall Faulk?
Man, I have to go with Terrell Davis, bro. Terrell.
Gosh.
Yeah, he was a monster, man.
Okay. Backup. ED, starting, Terrell Davis, back.
Yes.
All right. Tight end. We got Gronk, Gonzalez, Gates. Unless you got a fourth. Don't say Shannon Sharp. Don't say Shannon Sharp.
I'm going, you know what? I'm going to go with Shannon Sharp.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm going with Shannon, bro.
Brady to
man.
Sharp?
Bro, did you ever get a chance to see Shannon Sharp play? He was unstoppable, man. He was big, and then he going to talk you out your game. He gonna run that little seam route. He gonna run. Out. It's not. You couldn't hold it.
You got all the tight ends lined up. You're picking one all lifetime team. You're going with Shannon Sharp.
Say, bro, I know everybody gonna be sitting here talking about Gonzalez and Kelsey and them guys like that. I'm going with Shannon Sharp all day long. I'm old school, bro. So I understand. I know football.
All right.
You guys, you were just born like 15 minutes ago, man. So I know. Shannon Sharp, bro.
All right. 3 receivers.
Ooh. Lynn Swan.
Oh,
you forgot about him? I know you did.
No, I didn't. I just got 3 I think that are better.
Lynn Swan. Randy Moss.
Okay.
And Jerry Rice.
Don't leave him out.
Man, I'm not going to leave Jerry out. Jerry Rice.
You taking Lynn Swan over Terrell Owens?
Yes.
Oh.
Bro, really? Lynn Swan? Do you know who Lynn Swan is?
Yeah, you know who Terrell Owens is?
Come on, man.
If people didn't like T.O., if they didn't like T.O., he'd be in the Hall of Fame.
Bro, T.O. is in the Hall of Fame.
It took him forever, though. They hate him.
Don't matter. He made it. You know why a lot of people don't like T.O.? Because T.O. was confident about his ability. I mean, he's big, he's strong, he's fast. I mean, and then he was confident about his ability. But I mean, Lynn Swan for me, Randy Moss, and Jerry Rice.
Okay, you get one on the bench. You're either going to get T.O. or Calvin Johnson.
Boy, you gave me some hard questions, man. You mean Megatron?
Megatron or T.O. as the 4th guy?
T.O.
Okay. I will agree with you on that.
I'm giving you heartburn right now.
Yeah, man.
Man, I love T.O., man. I mean, T.O. could be on my team. But, I mean, you said you gave me 3 to put out on the football field, right? To go undefeated, right? That's what we're doing, right? Yeah.
Imagine Brady throwing those 3 guys.
Man, imagine Brady throwing the ball to Lynn Swan. Look, go watch some film on Lynn Swan.
Okay.
You see exactly what I'm
man.
talking about.
Okay. We're not just talking stats. We're talking about best team.
Best team,
right. Okay, Lynn Swan. You know enough to build the best defense of all time?
It's going to be kind of tough, but
I'll give you some names.
Give me a shot, okay.
All right, we're going to go with 2 safeties. We got Ronnie Lott, Ed Reed, Polamalu, and Dawkins.
So I got to pick 2?
You got to pick 2. Or you got a 5th one you can throw in there.
Ronnie Lott, Ed Reed.
Okay, I ain't going to argue that.
Yeah.
2 corners. We got Deion.
I should. That's easy, bro. I'm good. That's Deion all day long.
Okay, I thought you were going to say it's easy not to put him in.
I ain't going to say nobody else. I need another corner, right?
All right, we got Rod Woodson, Charles Woodson, Champ Bailey, or Darrelle Revis. Come on, Deion and Revis, dude.
What? Lester Hayes, dog. I'm going Lester Hayes, bro.
Okay.
I'm going Lester Hayes, man. Yeah. Yes, I'm going Deion Sanders, Lester Hayes. Okay. Now what?
Deion is in a matchup with Rice.
I'm going to put Deion where whoever your best guy is.
Rice.
He going to lock Rice up.
And Hayes is going to lock up Moss?
Yes. He going to strangle Moss. Moss won't even get off the line of scrimmage. Real talk.
Okay.
Yeah, and he got that sticky stuff on his hand. He gonna paste him up, stick him up, and he won't get all the line of scrimmage. Now, if he gave him now if he in soft coverage, Lester wouldn't have a chance. But we can bump and run and Randy all day long.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. 3 linebackers. We got Lawrence Taylor, Ray Lewis, Derek Thomas, Mike Singletary, Urlacher, and Sayal. You got 3. I'm going to pick one for you. It's going to be Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah,
you're not leaving him out.
No, can't leave LT out. Then I'm going with DT. And everybody going to be like, well, because he played with him. That's why he's picking all his teammates. Man, I played against other players, and I played with great players. Derek Thomas was one of the all-time greats. He was awesome. DT, and my other guy would be, I'd have to go with Mike Singletary.
Mike Singletary over Ray Lewis?
Yes.
Okay. I ain't gonna argue that.
Yeah, I mean, Mike Singletary was a scrub.
No, I mean
Mike Singletary is a Hall of Famer.
This is your team, man. Yeah, you're coaching this team to the Super Bowl.
But we're talking about going undefeated. So I think the guys that I'm picking is going to ensure that my team goes undefeated.
Yeah.
So I'm looking for a championship.
That quarterback's gonna die. Yeah. If you got those 3 guys.
Yeah, I'm the GM, so I'm putting my team together right now. Okay. So yeah.
All right, we got 4 tackles or defensive ends. This is gonna be a little bit tougher, but I'm gonna give you some. Randy White, Bruce Smith, Reggie White, Aaron Donald, Michael Strahan, Julius Peppers, J.J. Watt, Sapp.
Bro, I mean,
you got 4. That's 4.
Man, bro,
Okay, Randy White.
Reggie White. I'm going Reggie White.
Okay, Reggie.
I'm going with Aaron Donald.
Okay,
that's 2.
Okay,
I'm going with I gotta have me some Sap out there. Gotta have Sap out there.
That's 3.
That's 3.
You got Bruce Smith, Peppers. You leaving Randy White out?
Man, I saw Randy White play as a kid. He was a monster. He was strong as a horse. I mean, I think that he bench pressed like 600 pounds or something like that. But just as I'm trying to go undefeated right now, I have to go with I ain't gonna say Peppers and who?
Peppers, J.J. Watt, Michael Strahan.
I'm gonna go with Michael Strahan.
Okay, I like that. I like Strahan pick.
Yes.
Yeah, there was a couple years there where he was just incredible,
killing people. Man. Yeah, man. He take his helmet off and he smile, gonna scare the shit out of you, bro. With that guy, I love Michael Strahan, bro.
He's a cool dude.
Yes.
All right. I don't think that anybody's gonna beat that offense and defense.
Yeah.
25-point favorite. Yeah. Super Bowl guaranteed.
So did I do good?
I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well,
I know I have a lot of people out here in TV land gonna be
running
their mouth.
They ain't much I can say about those.
Yeah.
All right, let's build the greatest running back of all time. All right, based on size, nothing else but size. Okay, we got Jerome Bettis, 5'11", 252. Craig Hayward, 5'11", 280. Don't worry about nothing else but size. LaRon McClain, 6'0", 260. Okoye, 6'1", 265. Just pick one based on size. This is going to be 100 rating on Madden. This guy is going to be destroying everybody.
Man, I played against Bettis. I played with Christian Okoye. Man, you ever seen Christian Okoye in real life?
Mm-mm.
Did you get to? I mean, you see that picture?
Yeah, I seen the picture.
I mean, you have to see him in pass. I mean, like scary. People were scared to tackle him. I don't know how people actually tackling him. A lot of people gonna be talking about what Atwater did to him, but you gotta understand about what Atwater did. Christian was stepping over somebody when he got hit and turned Christian sideways. If Christian is not stepping over nobody, he'd probably paralyze Atwater. So we talking about girth right now, right? We're talking about just size. I'd have to go, and Christian was 270.
Yeah, about 270,
yeah,
6'1".
No, Christian was like 275. I mean, in the books they make you lighter. When you're where you're really, really big, they make you really light, and if you're too light, they make you heavy. So yeah,
we're going with Okoye.
Okay, yeah,
just on size.
Just on size.
All right, let's go with speed. We got Bo Jackson, Chris Johnson, Curtis Martin. There's only one answer there.
You talking about speed-wise? Man, we're going Bo Jackson.
Bo Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, Chris Johnson could fly. If they raced in the 40, I don't think any football player could actually run for 40 yards, lining up with Bo Jackson because it accelerates. There's some scouts that I talked to was at the Raiders. Some of them caught that dude at like 412, 408s, different things like that, man. So, when you talk about my little 428 over here, when we talking about handheld, I mean, they was catching this dude at, in the 4.0s and 4.1.
Okay.
And we talking about a cat at 230 pounds. So as far as Chris Johnson lining up in a 40, racing Bo Jackson, I think the only person they probably get accelerated as fast as Bo Jackson's a little dude that's running right now that's in track, Chris Coleman. The kid that went to Tennessee. So as far as acceleration, I don't think there's too many people on the planet other than Usain Bolt. If Bo in his prime for 40 yards, that's gonna be tough to beat Bo Jackson.
And that's because he played football too.
He played football, bro. He the year he won the Heisman Trophy, I was in Dallas, Texas at the Cotton Bowl, and they were playing against Texas A&M. And I was on the 50-yard line. He took a little swing pass on the left side and came from the left side. It was about an 75, 80-yard run. He went from the left side all the way back to the right side, bro. And this dude looked like a little Volkswagen out there. That's how fast he was moving.
This is a little bit more of a tougher one.
Okay.
Running back with hands. Okay. The names I'm giving you now are the ones that just statistically had best receiving seasons.
Okay.
We got Marshall Faulk, Larry Centers.
I remember him. He was good. Cardinals.
Marcus Allen, and Ronnie Harmon. Unless you got another one. Well, all these guys had over 6,000 receiving yards and more than 20 touchdowns receiving.
Bro, I played with Marcus Allen, man. I've seen Marcus. I played against him. I played with him, and his hands were incredible. I'd have to go, but Falk had great hands too.
Not as good as Tim Brown.
I mean, it's different when you're running routes, catching routes. When you're talking about a back, you're talking about swing passes and dumps and hooks and curls that we're pretty good at, catching the football.
Yeah.
But as far as running backs, catching, I think Marcus had the best hands out of everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Marcus Allen on the hands team.
Yes.
All right.
That's a good question.
Okay.
That's a really good one.
All right, let's go with stiff arm.
Ooh.
We got Peterson, Marshawn Lynch, Derrick Henry, or Walter Payton.
Bro, you left somebody off the list. You ever heard of John Riggins? You ever seen John Riggins' head? Man, he would break necks. I mean, John Riggins had a hell of a stiff arm, but I'd have to go Marshawn Lynch because I know all these young cats out here. Marshawn had a stiff arm too, bro.
He's nasty.
I'd pick Marshawn.
Marshawn Lynch, stiff arm.
Yeah, stiff arm was nasty.
All right, let's go with longevity. Marcus Allen, Emmitt Smith, Frank Gore, Adrian Peterson.
I'm gonna go with Emmett because of how long he played, and he's the Russian leader. All time leading rush in the National Football League. Yeah. And I don't remember Emmett being hurt at any time. I think he probably got. I think the only time I heard him ever not playing the games when I think he was holding out.
Yeah, and I think with Arizona on his second to last year he was hurt, but that started year 13 in the league.
Yeah, that's it, man. He he getting ready to get in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
And go sit on the porch.
11 seasons with 1,000 yards in a row. That's the
I gotta go. I have to go with. I know everybody talking about you. He know the image. I'm gonna always give him some love. I'm just telling you, if I ran behind his line, bro, that's all I'm saying.
I know.
That's all I'm saying.
I know.
Like, don't kill me.
I hear you.
Yeah,
I was there too. I know what you meant.
Oh, you got that smoke too?
Yeah. No. I know what you meant.
You know what I meant. Okay.
I know what you meant.
I appreciate that, man.
Talking about putting Barry. It's a hypothetical situation. Putting Barry in the Cowboys O line.
Yes.
And Emmitt Smith not with that O line.
Exactly.
What would that look like? We don't know. He played with the Cardinals. End of his career. He still got 1,000 yards one season.
Right.
So
yeah,
I feel you, man.
And I'm gonna tell you something, man. And just and knowing Emmitt, some of the interviews I've seen with Emmitt, and Emmitt get a lot of criticism too because people about Barry retiring. What if Barry didn't do that? I mean, I can understand that. I mean, that gets if I'm him, that would frustrate me too. So I understand where Emmitt coming from. I mean, I've done what I've done. I'm the greatest of all time as far as yards. If Barry don't retire, who says that he would be the leader? Yeah. I mean, if Jim Brown don't retire early, I mean, who knows? Yeah, what he would have done.
He played what?
I think 9 years.
9 years, something like that. Yeah.
And then started acting.
Yeah.
Went to Hollywood.
Yeah. All right, last category. Hardest to tackle. Still building the greatest running back. Sanders. Gale Sayers. Walter Payton. Eric Dickerson. Jim Brown, Bo Jackson, Emmitt Smith, and Peterson.
Just hardest to tackle somebody in space, it'd be Barry Sanders. Yeah. And then my number 2 would probably be Gale Sayers.
Yeah. So if we were to put a spin move category, would you put Barry Sanders?
Yes. Him for a spin move?
Yeah, just
Barry, and you probably like I said, I know you was born like 15 minutes ago. You ever heard of a guy named Chuck Foreman had the best spin move?
Number 44
for the Vikings.
Yeah, that's what you said last time.
I stole my spin moves from him, and that's all he did was spin.
Yeah.
But I'd have to give it to Barry Sanders all the time.
All right.
Yes.
Why do I feel like we just built Derrick Henry?
Yeah, that is Derrick Henry. That's a man child. But a lot of people don't like Derrick Henry, man. I love him, bro. He could play for me.
It's because the people call him he's a strider. Once he's in open space, he strides. He doesn't really hit the holes and shift. But at that big, he can move.
Yeah, but I've never seen anybody run him down. I mean, he looked like Frankenstein when he's running, but shit. I mean, nobody can catch him. Mm-mm. And I don't know if some people say that's a 4.6 or 4.5.
That's a fast 4.6. 4.5.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then even if you do catch him, what, you gonna bring him down?
Yeah, gonna pull him down.
Solo?
You seen his workouts?
Yeah, he's stiff arming professional linebackers just as practice.
Yeah. And they talking about he bench pressed 600 pounds. I'm like, what?
As a running back,
man? Bro, I don't even know if that's even possible for a running back bench press. Maybe it's all cap, but I mean, I know at least he does bench press 500 pounds.
And that's that Alabama strength. Man.
Yeah, because I played with a guy named Napoleon Kaufman.
Yeah.
And Nip could bench press 500 pounds. And Nip was this big.
And he was little.
Yeah. And had quicks.
So if Napoleon can bench press 5, you don't think Henry could bench press 6?
They said 6, yeah. So I have to go with that. Yeah.
All right. Did they ever ask the players in your time about politics? you ever get into, like, I feel there's such a strange necessity for them to ask star athletes now what they feel about a certain political situation. I don't know if that ever occurred when you were playing.
No, it didn't happen back then. You know, for me, as you know, the climate that we're in right now, as far as you know, these athletes that's making all this money, man, you know, you start talking about religion and politics, all you're doing is probably your bankroll gonna be a little lighter. And I would, you know, if it was me, I would stay away from that.
Yeah.
And you know, so yeah, I learned that a long time ago. Politics and religion, you don't talk about.
I don't get why players get asked that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like, what does it matter what LeBron or Serena or Tom Brady thinks or Aaron Rodgers thinks about a certain political candidate? Like, what really does it matter?
No, it don't matter, man.
It don't.
No.
And if they answer a certain way, it's going to hurt them more than if they don't answer a certain way.
Especially their pocketbooks. And my thing is, if you know, if you believe in God, which I do, and you want to worship a cat or an octopus or something like that, that's your prerogative, bro. You can, octopus. Man, you got people that's praying and doing, you know, different things, and you know, that's their business. If they want to pray to whoever they pray to or whatever they believe in. So you know, like I said, I try to stay away from that.
Do you remember it always being a topic about the number of black versus white coaches when you played? I feel like they bring that up every year.
Yeah, it was always an issue. Back even when I played, you know, I don't think it was enough black coaches. I mean, I played for, you know, a black coach, Art Shell, and Art was fantastic. I don't think it's enough of us at the, you know, at being head coaches in the National Football League. But I think one day that will change.
Man, if we could have Mike Tomlin like 10 times.
Talking about here?
No, just period.
Well,
Mike Tomlin is a great coach, man.
The league would be so competitive.
Gosh, yeah, Tomlin's a great coach.
And Pittsburgh would be stupid to get rid of him or not give him an extension or however long. He would be my head coach for life because he's just that great of a coach.
Pittsburgh, they're known for just keeping coaches. They've had, what, 5 coaches in the last 40 years, something like that?
I mean, but they, you know, only probably them and the Raiders. You know, Al was the first one the first hire, you know, a minority, the first, you know, Mexican head coach, and then he came back with Art Shell. So I mean, he was a trailblazer. Before he was doing it before everybody else was doing it.
You see what Deion's doing at Jacksonville State?
Man, I love Deion Sanders. I love what Deion was doing, what he was doing in Dallas with the truth. He started that, you know, the little league, same thing I've done with the Houston Outlaws, and I just watched him. You know, I got a chance to coach my sons, and he's doing the same thing. And what he's doing at Jackson State is beautiful. Every day I'm looking on YouTube. I love how he motivates his players, and how he is with his 2 sons and his daughters there. That's a blessing right there. And one day I think he's gonna get a head coaching job. You know. One of these Power 5 schools.
Yeah, they asked him a question the other day about if he was ready to play, must have been Alabama. And he straight up said, "We're not ready."
No.
He ain't going to risk injury for a check. That's what he said. It's like, wow.
I mean, that's the top of the top. And he knows, man, we talking about Alabama. So, you know, Jackson State is strong, but, you know, that's a few years down the road to be talking about trying to,
but you would think a coach would say, "Yeah, we ready, line him up." But he's being honest, man. He's like, "Look, man, we ain't ready to play those guys. Man, we ain't big enough in the trenches." That's what he said.
Yeah, absolutely right. And like I said, and Deion is no fool, man.
Yeah.
I mean, why would you even make a statement like that and you know you're not ready? But the guys that he's getting to commit to come to Jackson State, you know, these 5-star receivers, and these guys like that, man, he doing his thing. Only thing Deion needs right now is money. If he's getting money, he gonna, you know, one day they will be up there with Alabama and the LSUs of the world. Florida State. I can't believe Florida State hasn't hired him as a head football coach. But he should stay in Jackson State for the next 4 or 5 years.
He'll build something good there. He'll get an opportunity.
Very exciting. I love Deion Sanders.
What do you think about the new NIL?
As far as kids getting paid? I wish, you know, even when I was playing back then, if they was even giving us $300 or $400 a month, man, that would have went a long way. But these guys right now, you know, I think I've heard of some kids making $1 million. I can't imagine even back then, I'd have been selling T-shirts and mugs and been on commercials. I'm just talking about in Baton Rouge, probably making $20,000 or $30,000 a month just doing that. So I love what they're doing for the kids. The kids got some spending money. That they can make money off their likenesses right now, and I think that's great. That's marvelous. Yes.
Would you have reconsidered your election to LSU had other schools offered you more? Would it have been a decision based on money?
Boy, you talking about a business decision? Yeah, I'd have probably went to USC. I mean, I'm getting paid, and I'm out there in sunny California. Yeah, my black ass would have been out there in sunny California, been a Trojan. Yeah. Wow.
You got that Jaden Rashada $9.5 million NIL deal with the Miami Hurricanes.
Come on, bro. Are you serious?
$9.5 million, dude.
He shouldn't even go to the league then. He should just stay in college.
Just stay in college for 4 years.
Nah, for 10 years. I wouldn't go nowhere, bro. If they making that, are you serious?
$9.5 million.
Tone, there's no way. That's true.
Pull it up right now.
Wow.
I could be wrong, but I looked it up like 4 times. $9.5 million.
He's a quarterback? What is
I think it's a quarterback.
Wow.
Ain't that crazy?
Man, you just blew me away with that one.
Making more than the coaches, man.
Bro, I didn't know they was like doing it like that. I knew they was doing it, but I didn't think they were doing it like that. $9.5 million. That's a blessing. Wow.
Were there, obviously the NIL wasn't around when you went to LSU. Were you aware, you don't have to mention names, any sort of bribery going on for players and stuff, boosters, doing stuff under the table, providing meals and stuff?
Happen all the time, man. Yeah. I know cats from other schools, I was back in the day with SMU, got the death penalty. So they was getting cars and money and different things like that. But you hear things and stuff, man. But that would have been nice if we could have been getting paper like that.
I forgot which coach that was, but there was one of his players that sent him a text, said, hey, it was like 9 p.m. at night. He already ran out of his lunch money for school. One of the star players, and he was hungry in the dorm. And the coach went to go pick up pizza, took it to the dorm, got in trouble. That's
crazy.
Like, bro. These kids are hungry. These star athletes.
And the thing, Tony, as much money as these schools are making off of these athletes, bro, to me, they should be put in jail for that. That's terrible.
It only makes sense to pay them.
So so if I'm hungry and I don't have any money, what the next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be jumping in somebody's window. Yeah,
that's right.
I'm gonna commit a crime because I'm hungry. So I mean, I'm glad they changed those rules and those kids, those babies are getting money, man, for real.
$9.5 million.
Ooh, I go work for him.
All right. Tell me what this day means to you. November 19th, 1988 in Baton Rouge.
1988, November.
44-3.
44-3? 44-3. The
Miami Hurricanes put a spanking on LSU.
88? I was sitting out there.
Oh, you weren't even playing.
Yeah,
you can't take the heat for that one.
Yeah, I wasn't even playing.
That's right.
I was at the game, but if I'd have been playing, it wouldn't have been no 44-8. It probably been 44.
No, it was 44-3. Yeah, that's what it was.
It'd have probably been 44-21 or something like that, but not no 44-3. Yeah, I blew my knee out the last game of the season, 1987. So the 88 season, I sat out. I wasn't in that game. Wow. Yeah, but they kicked our ass though.
Was it a pretty scary time playing that Miami team?
Yeah, they were
like
the real
3 or 4 or 5 years. They were just murdering people.
I wouldn't want to play against them, bro. I was sitting on the sidelines, and man, they were beating our ass so physically on the football field that it's a certain sound. The hits and the way we were looking. Some of the players walking off the field. I'm talking about on both sides of the ball, offense and defense. It's like they were out there with bats, just clubbing us to death, man. So yeah, I remember that. I remember that whooping. Yeah, that's pretty
you don't
bad.
get the blame for that one.
No, I didn't get that one.
I forgot you were out. You were out that 88 year.
Yeah.
Your brother played at LSU, right?
Yes.
He walked on. Was it a year after you?
No, he didn't walk on. My brother got a full ride.
Really?
Yeah. He got a full scholarship. He didn't walk on.
Oh, you said your roommate walked on.
Yeah, my roommate walked in.
So Daryl got a full ride scholarship.
Yeah. Daryl my brother should have went to Georgia, but he wanted to come where I was at. I was like, bro, look, man, you play the same position, man. Don't come in. But we're so tight, we're 10 months apart, and he wanted to, play with his older brother. Mm-hmm. So
he was younger than you?
Yeah, we're 10 months apart.
So y'all played at Hempstead High together?
Yes, and we played at LSU together.
Y'all split carries, or was he like fullback?
No, he was fullback. I mean, he would. When I got tired, they would put him back there. But he was a hell of a running back. I mean, really? Daryl was better. To me, Daryl was better on defense than he was on offense.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
So if you didn't play football, what would you be playing?
Probably baseball.
Baseball.
Yeah, I was pretty good at baseball.
What about basketball?
That was no. I mean, you see me up there with my shorts on up there. I was a pretty good hoopster, but baseball, I was a really good baseball player. So I would probably play baseball, yeah.
Could you dunk?
Man, what?
Could you dunk?
Man, I could do it. I need to find my yearbook. I could do a 360 dunk.
No. Can you dunk now?
No, I ain't gonna.
Okay, that one you're gonna say you can't.
No, I'm not. Okay. Now I'm gonna tell you something that I can't do. No, I can't. I don't think I can dunk a basketball. I can grab the rim, but I don't think
I believe that.
Yeah, I can't. I don't think I can dunk a basketball. I can grab the rim, but I can't get it up.
Did you play baseball in high school?
A little bit. I played, little league, and just when I got baseball, just was so slow for me. If you're saying if I wasn't married to my wife, which is football, I probably would have married baseball.
Baseball.
Yeah.
Herschel Walker and Greg Hardy went to MMA. Mm-hmm. You did mixed martial arts too, right? Yeah.
Well, not mixed. I was a martial artist. Jeet Kune Do.
Not mixed martial arts. Not like grappling and stuff.
No, I don't do all that. I mean, I can fight.
Yeah.
But Taekwondo and Jeet Kune Do.
You would never do MMA?
Talking about right now?
Period. Like, I mean, Herschel Walker did it at 50.
Bro,
his debut was at 50.
You know what, man? If the money was right, I think I would do it. Those, I got a guy that trains me now that was in the UFC, man, and they just let him go, and that's a tough sport, bro. Yeah. I mean, to go in there, 1-on-1 and with combat. Football is very hard, but I think MMA is way harder than football. So
really,
yeah, for me to do it, the money would have to be out the roof.
Yeah, so, when I heard Greg Hardy was going to MMA, I'm like, hey, he's going to destroy everybody. But it's a different sport. You can be strong, but it's a whole other sport, man.
And like my daddy is saying, got nothing to do with nothing, bro. So his first couple of matches, I was watching. I was a fan, man, and then. I think about a year ago, I saw somebody just put him to sleep. And
it's crazy, man.
When I saw him get put to sleep, I wouldn't want to do that. No, I'm good. He was like snoring.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah.
If the Raiders gave you 30 touches in week 12 this year, rushing for 100 yards?
Hell no. No. Probably.
One touch and you're out?
No, I was probably about 7 or 8. Then I get my feel. But no, man, I'm 55 years old right now, man.
30 touches, bro.
30 touches? I mean, how many yards would I have to get out of 30 touches? Now, if
you're talking 3.5 yards per carry.
But this is my thing right here. You got to put to me, it has to be some money involved. It has to be a goal. Okay, so if you told me if I give you 30 touches and you have to gain 50 yards or 60 yards.
You get $12 million if you get 100 yards.
Oh, yeah, I think I could do that.
You're going to go in there?
Yeah, I'm going in there, yeah. You see the difference? You see what I'm talking about? I
gotta be motivation.
I gotta be motivated, man. If you told me I'm gonna give you 30 touches and you can and you get $12 million for 100 yards, I'm rushing for at least 160. You laughing? I'm being dead serious, man. I'm gonna get my Rocky on. I'm gonna start training. If I get 30 touches, it depends on who we playing against. Who we playing against?
The Browns.
A high school football team. You want to play?
No, I'm playing the Browns.
Yeah, I think I'll get 150.
Yeah.
At my age right now.
Right now.
Yeah. Is it like
motivated with $12 million?
$12 million. Is it like a second place if I don't get it? What's second place?
Second place is you denounce Raiders as you ever played with them.
No, I would never do that, man. But for 30 touches, I think I could get 100 yards.
Yeah?
Yeah. For $12 million, yeah.
How many touches would I have to get 100 yards?
Bro, you think you could take that?
No.
I mean, I can't even describe it. You ever seen cars like run? You take one car, and I'm being dead serious. This is what football feels like, bro. You take one car and another car, and you get them up probably about 60 miles an hour and run them head on in it. That's what football feels like at the running back position. And any running back will tell you that. That's exactly what it feels like.
No amount of touches I could ever get 100 yards. No, I'm gonna answer the question for you. The answer is no.
It would be rough. I mean, if you gain, how much you weigh right now?
150.
If you gain another 100 pounds, that'll put you at what?
250.
To 250. You might have a chance.
Maybe.
Bro. It's a brutal sport, man.
No, I know.
Yeah, I watch football right now, man. Even because I'm big into fantasy football. When I actually watch it right now, sometimes I can't believe I used to do it.
When did you play quarterback? Because you can throw.
I played quarterback in high school.
In high school?
Yeah. Played quarterback in high school, played quarterback a little bit in Little League. But my dad wanted me to be a quarterback. And his thing was, well, Harvey, they don't play black quarterbacks. So that's why I transitioned from quarterback to running back. Because my dad didn't believe that they would play.
So you could throw, you could run, you could catch.
Yes, yes.
How many touchdowns did you throw for in the league?
Like three, something like that.
Yeah, I saw one clip where you threw it across the field.
To James J. hit him in the corner on the run.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Did you see how the ball came down with the point coming back down?
Yeah. I think the wind was in your direction though. That's why it came down like that.
Yeah. I played a little quarterback in high school.
Of the guys you coached, Ed Oliver, Kenyon Green, there's another one, right? That's in the league.
Brevion Roy.
Yeah.
Starts for Carolina Panthers, nose guard. Brevion Roy was a running back for me. He was like in the 8th grade. No, in the 7th grade. Brevion was probably like 6'1", 6'2". 250 pounds.
God,
I gotta show you pictures of him, man. People didn't want to hit him. And what I should have did, because his dad was, his dad wanted him to be a running back, and I said, man, he's not a running back. He's a nose guard. He's a 3 technique. He's a 1 technique. Yeah, and he should be playing defense, and he never wanted it. So to keep him on my team, I put him kept him in the backfield. And Kenyon Green, it just got drafted in the first round to the Texans. Great kid, man. His daddy wanted him to play defense. I said, man, Kenyon is a guard and a tackle. And I talked to his dad not too long ago. We're real good friends. He's like, you know what? You're right. Kenyon, yeah, I'm glad I didn't make Kenyon change. So, and he got that real money.
All right, let's talk about this picture right here. Where's that? That one right there with you, Okoye, and Ward, shirtless, looking all sweaty. What was that photo shoot like?
That was pretty cool. That was when I first got to Kansas City, and
that was what, 91?
Yeah, that's 91. That was my first year, and it was 3 of us, and we were really, really tight. I mean, we were all competing against each other. I just talked to Barry not too long ago, and we're gonna try to duplicate that picture here.
Really?
In the next, probably 6 months. Barry said he's about 300 pounds. So, so hey, bro, we about to, and I talked to Christian. Christian is down for it, and Barry's down for it. So we're going to try to duplicate that same picture.
So the actual photo shoot, were you guys sweating or they sprayed you guys down?
No, they sprayed us. We was on, we were doing push-ups and, with the Vaseline and the oil going on. But I mean, it's a really cool picture if you really look at it. Backs by popular demand. And those posters sold like hotcakes in Kansas City back in the day. Yeah.
You ran track at LSU. We were talking about this earlier. You went to LSU for football.
Yes.
And they asked you if you wanted to run track.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
What did you run in track?
I ran the 100 and the 55 meters, 60 meters. So
no mile, no 1600, nothing?
Hell no. I didn't even in high school, I didn't even like running the 200, man. I ran the 200 meters and I think my fast time was like 21-1. And I could have ran fast. I just didn't like running the 200 because it hurt. And my thing was the 100 and I love running indoors at LSU. And I ran track just to stay in shape for football. I
ran track in middle school. You want to hear a good story?
Yeah. Let me hear it.
It's pretty bad.
Okay.
So in middle school, I only did long jump and triple jump. I wasn't a very big guy. I was like 4'6", 95 pounds. Tiny. I'm not big now, but I was tiny there. Hated running. So we go to the track meet. I'm only supposed to do triple jump, long jump. I was bad at that too. Coach, 2 minutes before the run, coach comes in and says, hey, I need you to run the 1600, which is 4 laps, right?
That's a mile, yeah.
And I'm like, I don't train for that. He's like, just get in. I don't care. So we start running. Didn't stretch or nothing, right?
Right.
We're like 200 meters in. I'm in second to last place already. I didn't even care. I was like, whatever.
Just jogging.
Yeah. So we're running now midway through lap 3, right? And this guy passes like sprinting. Why the hell is the guy in last place going so fast? No, it was the guy in first. I got
lapped, dude. Wow.
I got lapped. And then my coach starts yelling, run, Tony. This is your last lap. He thinks I'm about to come in second place.
No.
So I'm like, Tony, run. So last 200 meters, I start sprinting. And he knows what's going on. He knows I'm in second to last place. Right. He's wanting me to come in second. So I start sprinting. Now I'm about 50 yards from the finish. And he says, this is your last lap, Tony. You better stop. So I see all the coaches there with the stopwatches. And they clock him. And then boom, I come in. They clock me
and
too.
You stop?
No,
bro.
I only had one thought in my head. It was like, is my dad going to be more proud that I came in second and cheated?
Right.
Or that I came in second to last and was honest? So I ran the last lap, bro. And people are looking at me like
you're crazy.
This guy coming second, but what's he doing running a 5th lap?
Wow.
And after I finished that race, the coach, he was waiting for me at the finish line. He put his arm around me. He didn't say nothing. He didn't say nothing.
And you had never ran track? Man,
no.
I ran on a mile relay one time, like one lap on a mile relay my freshman year, and anything over 200 meters, y'all can have it, man. Yeah, you can have it. You can have it.
I hate it. I mean, I ran a 5K and a half marathon, but that was just like a couple years ago. Just at a slow pace.
Did you finish it?
Yeah, I finished.
Was you like messed up like after?
Yeah, I was sore for like a month and a half. My knees are just like.
Everybody says that. I've always, I tell my wife.
You're running on the street, man. Yeah. Street, sidewalk. And yeah, I finished, but it was like.
Wow.
It's like 13 miles or something.
Yeah, so you say for a month and a half?
Yeah, dude, my knees were just killing me. Yeah.
I thought I wanted to do that before I died, but nah.
It's not a stamina or muscle issue. It's just the joints, man.
Yeah.
Joints hurt when you run that
much.
And
you're young, bro. So you imagine what I feel like.
I guess. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So like halfway through this run, I'm like sidestepping, running backwards because I'm not tired. My muscles don't hurt. It's my knees, man. Yeah. So I couldn't run forward anymore. I have to run sideways. People
you're light. So my thing is, your knees wouldn't be. My knees hurt from all that pounding and
and you're bigger than me.
Now. Yeah.
But still,
I mean, they hurt you now.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can run 50 meters, 100 meters. I can play basketball. I can do all that. It's when I get more than like 2 miles, my knees are like
start killing.
Yeah, you gotta stop.
Yeah. My son is like that. And he used to run cross country. Mm-hmm. And now he's complaining about his knees hurting all the time.
So if somebody wanted me to run a 5K, which is like 3 miles,
what would you run the 40 in?
Right now?
Yeah, like right now. What would you run the 40 in right now?
Probably 5 seconds.
You think so?
Yeah.
Oh, but I can't run 4.9, 4.8, 4.7.
I never said I was fast.
Oh, okay.
I never claimed to be fast.
Okay.
But you know what? Are we gonna run the 40?
Yeah, we're gonna run it. But I'm racing my 2 kids, so I know I'm gonna run under 5 seconds. I know I might run 4.7.
Are we gonna run another 5 second and I'm gonna race you?
I mean, we can race.
Okay.
You can get in the race with us. That'd be a good one.
Okay, all of us will run together then.
Yeah, we all run, and we're gonna have people. We have 4 watches, and we'll see where we run.
All right.
I mean, I'll be right there. I mean, they both can fly. Yeah, and they 20, 22. So
I don't care if I come in last. If I break 5 seconds, I'll be very proud.
You'll break 5 seconds.
Okay.
I guarantee you'll break 5 seconds.
All right. Tell me if you agree with this. Football players, toughest. Basketball, most athletic. Baseball, well-rounded. Golf, hardest sport to get good at.
Okay. What was the first one again?
Football players are the toughest.
Yes.
Strongest.
Yes.
Basketball players, most athletic.
I don't know about them being most athletic. I don't agree with that one. No.
Jumping, running, sprinting.
No. Shit, that's what you just described a football player.
But not every football player is that.
Bro, I beg to differ, sir. I know a guy named Jerry Ball that's 350 pounds. Could dunk a basketball.
Okay, that's a one-off, bro.
No, he was the only one that could actually do that. Chester McLaughlin could dunk a basketball.
Okay, that's another one.
I know a lot of guys that was 300 pounds could dunk basketball.
More athletic than basketball players. The basketball players, it's a whole other animal.
I mean, you
I ain't trying to diss football players. I'm just saying, man. You see basketball players, they look like.
I mean, they long and they pretty and they pretty. As far as being, I think football players are the most athletic humans on the planet.
Do you think they're most athletic, toughest, and strongest?
Yes. Hands down. Hands down. Hands down.
Okay. Baseball. Well-rounded.
What's your definition of well-rounded? Like
run, throw, catch, slide, jump. Not every football player can throw or catch. If you can't catch, what do you play in football?
If you can't catch,
you play defense.
You play defense. Right.
If you can't catch in baseball, you're not on baseball team. You can't throw in baseball, you're not on the baseball team.
I agree.
If you can't slide, if you can't hit.
I give you that one.
It is hard to hit a 95-mile-an-hour baseball.
Shit. It's hard to hit a 50-mile-an-hour baseball.
It's harder to hit a golf ball that's not moving too.
And I play golf, so I know how hard golf is. I think golf is the hardest sport.
Okay, so baseball, most well-rounded.
Yes,
you okay with that?
I'm okay with that one.
Okay. Golf, you think that's the hardest of all those 4 sports to get good at?
Hands down. I play golf, so I know. Yeah, it's the hardest sport I've ever played.
Harder than football? Harder than football?
I think so. Golf mentally just wears me down because, you thinking about your swing, you thinking about, your follow through and the way you take the club, away from your body. There's just so much stuff that goes into it. And then you got to hit the golf ball. And it depends on where your club is. Is your face open or is your face closed?
Yeah.
You know, depending if you're gonna hit a fade or hook the ball. It's a lot of things that goes into it. So yeah.
Okay. if you could go back to 15 years old, you have all those 4 sports. You don't know how to play either.
Mm-hmm.
Which one do you have the best chance going pro at? You could start all 4 from scratch.
From scratch?
Yeah.
Probably golf.
Golf? You think you'd go pro at golf?
I know I would go pro at golf. Yeah.
Wow.
From scratch. Yeah. I would pick golf all day long.
Really?
What I know now, yes.
You'd still be playing
I'll
now?
still be playing right now. Yeah, on the senior tour.
See, well, you have to have one on the PGA tour first.
No, I'm on my way to live. That's where I'm going. LIV. That's
LIV.
exactly where I'm going.
Live it up.
Yeah.
Did you play with Odell Backham Sr.?
Yes.
He was there your last year, right?
Yeah, Odell. I played with Odell. Yeah, he was there my last year. And maybe in 2 years. I got him in on my wall right now.
He's a running back, right?
That's right. He was probably like 3 people behind me.
Was he pretty good?
Yeah, he was pretty good. Odell was he wasn't overly fast. Mm-hmm. He was kind of like a slasher. But Odell Beckham Jr. gets his speed from his mama though.
Really?
You know,
that's right. She ran track, right?
What? She was the real deal, bro. Like, I mean, Pops, you know, Odell was good, but Odell Beckham gets his all this stuff from his mama, bro. Yeah, she could step.
Yeah. Man, I loved when Odell Beckham Jr. won Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Because the last thing people gave him credit for was that 3-finger catch against the Cowboys.
Yeah, no, he's way better than that.
I know, but it's like this guy's done almost most of the injuries. And then Super Bowl, he gets 7 catches in the first half.
I mean, I like Odell, man. He's I think he, you know, when he first came out, I think, you know, they was giving him a hard time, and he's better than that catch. He can play for me. Yeah. I just think, you know, some of the teams that he's been on, they just used him wrong, and you know, that's a shame what happened to him in the Super Bowl by him, you know, blowing his knee out like that, man.
I don't think anybody hit him. I think he just landed wrong.
Yeah, that
he planted or something.
Yeah, and that comes from working hard, because it seems every time I'm seeing him, he's working hard at his craft, and then eventually your body just start breaking down, man, and you start blowing ligaments out like that. You know, that's kind of scary. But
you get one white guy to invite to the cookout.
Okay,
is it gonna be Sammy Martin?
Oh hell yeah! It's just Sammy is my dude, man. That's my brother right there. Sammy Martin is one of the smoothest, coldest white boys that ever lived. It's him, and there's another white boy that I play with named out of Caldwell, Texas, named Bobby Jack Goforth.
He don't sound white.
Boy, fast like Sammy. And them 2 white boys I know can line up with the brothers and be right there and kick a whole lot of ass. Bobby Jack Goforth and Sammy Martin.
Martin was fast.
Who?
Sammy Martin?
Yeah, Sammy was a 4-3 guy. Sammy could step, man. Sammy could fly.
I'm going to read you something that Derek Thomas and Marcus Allen said when you got injured back in 93.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
You got injured by what's his name? Cox?
Cox, yeah.
He hit you right in the chin or something.
Yeah, right? In the side of the head.
Yes. You got airlifted to a hospital, stayed overnight.
Yes.
They interviewed Derek Thomas, and he said, "We're such a small fraternity of us. There's only 1,500 players, and you're always concerned whether it's in a game or whether you're playing or one you're watching when you see a player get injured like Harvey. It's particularly close to us because he's one of our teammates, he's one of the family, and it's never pleasant when someone in your family gets hurt."
Yeah.
Marcus Allen, another of the Chiefs running backs, knelt down next to Williams and watched the trainers and doctors intently. It's pretty damn scary when a guy doesn't move. And that's the way it was at first. We understand football and no injuries are part of the game, but you're never ready for this type of thing to happen to Harvey. You see him laying there and you realize it could be you.
Yeah. That's pretty, you about to make me cry, bro.
That's crazy. When you got injured, like this was your 3rd year in the league. What are you thinking, man? Like,
you don't plan to get hurt like that, bro. Like it happens. But you just brought up Derek's name, and it just, me and him was really, really tight. And it just, he's not here anymore. And it just, the way he died is I watch YouTube right now just to see him, because we hung out all the time, and he's pretty cool. And then, as far as Marcus is one of my idols, bro. And I love Marcus Allen. I love Derek. And it's just, like you just said, we are a fraternity, and we're always gonna root for each other. We're gonna compete,
sure,
against each other. But one thing you understand about football players, man, we're really, really tight. The fraternity thing that you're talking about.
At the end of the day, you guys are very select few of people who actually get to that level.
Yeah.
Yes, there's competition, but there's camaraderie, there's love, there's respect.
Yeah,
mostly.
It's a lot of it. And like I said, man, any NFL football player can go and hang out with another NFL football player and do events and charity events together. And it's like it's a brotherhood, bro. It really is. And that's one thing I miss about the game. I don't miss, the football games and all that. I just miss the locker room.
The locker room, yeah.
Man, it was so cool. Especially when I went to the Raiders. That's a big family atmosphere. And then you go back every year and you see the guys getting older and older, and then you see the older Raiders, and then you saying to yourself, one day I'm gonna look like those dudes right there, and it's pretty cool. To see, the Cliff Branches and all those older guys, and see them on film how young they were, and then you see them now.
Wow.
Some of them in wheelchairs and walking on canes and stuff like that, man. So that's pretty cool to see that. Then you say to yourself, one day you're gonna look just like that, and that's
all
what
right.
it is, bro. It really is. Yeah.
Can't never take that away from you, man. You played 8 years. That's a hell of a story. That's awesome.
Yep. Especially where I came from. So, where I come from, people don't make it out of Hempstead, Texas, man. So yeah.
Well, cool, man.
All right, man. Once again, bro, I appreciate it, man. Like what you're doing, and keep doing your thing, Tony.
Appreciate it, man.
All right, my brother.
See y'all later.